These are the signs that we learned for greetings. Before you sign these signs, it's important to know two things. The first one is that we learned, remember, that deaf people just like to be called deaf, not hearing impaired or handicapped or disabled or anything like that, just deaf or hard of hearing. So it's common when you introduce yourself to also introduce your hearing status. Let somebody know if you're hearing or deaf or hard of hearing. So we will learn those signs in this section. And then the other thing to remember is that because you're not using your voice, the meaning that you attach to your signs has to show on your face. So for example, when you say it's nice to meet you, you can't look like this and have it really mean it's nice to meet you. So make sure your face matches your signs. All right, here we go. So here's the sign for hello. Remember, it's like a 4 that you close with your thumb in, and you put it by your forehead and just bring it straight out in front of you. Hello. And you want to look a little bit happy when you sign hello. The next sign is nice. So you want 2 flat hand shapes. So it's like a 5, but you close your fingers. You want your non-dominant hand to have your palm facing up and your dominant hand to have your palm facing down, and then they touch and they're going to come straight across. So nice. One movement. Nice. The sign for meet is those same number 1 hand shapes that we did when we did the personal pronouns, only you got to move your thumbs out of the way a little bit. Turn your palms to face each other and imagine that this is one person and this is one person, and you're coming together to meet each other. Meet. Friend, same number 1 hand shapes. There are 2 ways to sign it, and they're both correct. So you can start this way. That's one way. Friend. Or friend, and hook your fingers together. So friend or friend. The next one is name. So you want two hand shapes and then close your fingers together. Then bring your hands down so you're looking at your palms. You want your dominant hand on top because the dominant hand is always the one that moves. So you're going to tap, tap, tap with your right hand if you're right-handed, left hand if you're left-handed, and this means name. Next is the sign for deaf. You want a number 1 hand shape again. This sign can be signed 2 ways also. You can start at your, like near your mouth here, and then bring it to your ear, deaf. Or you can start it at your ear and bring it to your mouth, deaf. Either way is fine. Hearing. Now, it's important to remember that this sign doesn't mean I hear you. It means the opposite of deaf. So that is the number 1 hand shape here, and you put it by your mouth, and you do little circles out away from your mouth. Hearing. So again, it doesn't have anything to do with your ears, really. It just means the opposite of deaf. Hearing. So when you introduce yourself, you can say, hard of hearing is that same hand shape that we used for name, remember? Only it's just with 1 hand, and you point your finger straight out in front of you. And then the movement here is with the wrist. So you're going to go like this. And then you're going to move it a little bit away from your body and do that again. Okay, so this is hard of hearing. I'll do it again. If you're right-handed, you're moving to the right. If you're left-handed, you move to the left with this sign. All right, the last one in this group is goodbye. It's very easy. You just start with a flat hand shape, bend it in half a few times. It's probably one you could have guessed. All right, so those are our greetings signs.